Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura K. If you are new here, welcome to this safe space. A lot of people call me Luna. And if you have been here with me, thank you guys so much for being here, for staying, for commenting on these videos, liking and subscribing. You guys are amazing. We're going to be doing an energy reading today. Not me leaving the book in the deck. Oops. Don't need that. We're going to be using the Heavenly Bloom deck by Noah Akita. I love this deck, one of my favorites. If you've been with me, you already know. Today is the 5/5 portal day, 5/5/25, y'all. I look a little wrecked. I came home from work. It was a hard day at work. A child bit me really hard. It was a rough day. I got a lot of work done. I was productive. There's a lot of positives within it, but I came home and was just, traffic was tough on the way home. I just went straight to bed. I fell asleep. I woke up crying, not even about the day of work, about many things that are moving through at this time. And so I'm just saying that to, let you know that you're not alone in the heaviness that you're feeling these days, because it's a lot. And it's a blessing that we get to feel so many things and that we are able to use our tears to wash away what doesn't serve and what is keeping us stagnant. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at today. If you can relate, I'm sure you can. It was a day. It's been a life. Really, because it's not just today that I'm feeling so much from so much. Okay, so we're gonna do a little tarot reading, and I'm gonna pull some oracle cards as well. If you guys know, you know me. Ooh, y'all. Okay, if you sorry. Oh gosh. If you were with me recently, you know that the other day we were using a different tarot deck. This was my last reading. Ethereal Visions, that was the deck that we were using yesterday, and we had gotten the Emperor, and we got it again today, which is really beautiful. And he's wearing this beautiful yellow robe, which is making me, and now I'm seeing the yellow behind me right here and the yellow behind me in the eye up here, and it's standing out because it's a lot of healing of the self-worth, which we have been talking about a lot in these videos. It's that healing of that. And I've been saying that some of us resonate with the fact that, like, our self-worth has been expanding, but not necessarily seeing it in front of us in the physical. And so this Emperor card is telling me that that is coming in for you, and that feeling of sitting in that throne, the royalty. And he also has like a staff on him, so he's holding this staff with this green gem, and then this belt with this green gem as well. And the belt, that would be over the solar plexus, where I was saying that yellow energy of self-worth, of power. But it's being tied together with this, his cloth is being tied together with this green gem. And it looks like a teardrop. It's like an upside down teardrop, right? And I was just talking about crying, and that crying, our tears being healing, and I think that a lot of heart blockages are healing through. And it's like he's got this staff with this green thing. It's making me think of heart chakra energy, but it's like his heart is what's healing all of this and what's bringing out that self-worth, and how coming in tune with the depths of his own heart and love, and being able to be authentic and show himself the love that he needs, is how he's going to acquire that position of royalty that he knows within he has. He's going to start to see it externally. He as in you. He or she, however that resonates for you. The Emperor, it doesn't just have to be a man. You know, energy is, we all have all the energies. You guys know what I'm saying. I just woke up. This is the Chariot with this, and these are the 2 cards that I pulled. So the Chariot says that this is coming in real fast, real quick. Lots of yellow and red, very grounding, secure energy. A lot of that is coming for you. And so a lot of heart healing, solar plexus healing. Okay, fine, we'll pull one more tarot card. I hear you, Spirit. Fine. Okay, they really... 8 of Cups. Very contemplative, like staring at the moon like that. She is also... They're also in like a red, pinkish kind of color thing, but it's like she's escaping a life. Like she's looking towards the moon, which is like the intuition, the psychic abilities, and she's using that as her guide, listening to the intuition. But in this card, it's about walking away and escaping from something that's no longer serving you. So it's that life of, you know, that past of not having the highest self-worth. It's like, oh my gosh, my favorite card is on the bottom of the deck. In this deck, this is my favorite card. Sometimes it changes with cards, with decks, with the art and stuff like that. But in this deck, I love this Ace of Cups. And I get this one a lot. The Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups in this deck are like some of my favorite because of how beautiful the energy is. But this says a lot about like the overall theme of the reading that we just did. And she becomes a master of her own emotions and her own energy, and her head, like the crown around her is fire, is that passionate energy. And she's like floating in the clouds, like looking above the world, and it's raining. You know, the people who are down here in the world on the island or whatever, like they're being rained on, and she's able to float above it because she balances her emotions. And some people will even talk about, this might take how it resonates. This may not be how some people see things, and I'm not here to tell you how to see things. I admire and respect you in however you are, whatever you believe. But some people do talk about ways that the Bible is like very literal and things, and they talk about you know, Jesus talking about walking on water. What if that's more of a metaphor for being able to understand your emotional body in a way that it doesn't completely take you over all the time? And I think of her as that energy, and she uses her creativity. That fire is making me think of, like, it can be intellect too, but more like of the creative life force energy. She's also in this yellow, like orangey, she looks very solar sacral area kind of colors emitting from her. It's like using that life force energy, and with the balance of the emotions in her cup, like that mix is deadly. You will keep the ops gagged with that kind of energy, okay? And she's literally like holding the cup with like 2 fingers. One of her fingers is like covered in like a gold gem too, if you can see that. Just beautiful. She's got pearls on her. It's like I mean, it's like raining and there's water below her. It's like she's walking on water, right? Like with being able to focus so deep into your own internal world and be so connected with the divine, that one girl that's looking off that cliff looking at the moon, like she didn't listen to the people behind her probably telling her don't lean over that cliff or like whatever. I mean, it's like, but she's like so focused on spirit and the guidance that has for her. And you get to a place where you can walk on water like that. And how that emperor was kind of like floating in his in his throne too, I get a lot of in the world but not of it kind of energy. And that's what that balance of emotions is, because something can be happening around you that is so chaotic, and you can be so in your peace when you have the knowing of not to ever blame or shame yourself. I hope we're mature enough to digest this, but when you can look at the world and you can look at any experience that you've been through and you can say, why was my spirit wanting me to go through this? What was this supposed to teach me? Because then you can go through hard experiences and you can be like not so distraught in the moment, like all this is happening and it's but it's like, okay girl, every single or boy okay girl or boy, every time that something like this happens, you end up stronger in the end, and later you look back and you're like, man, I did really good, like, you know. So yeah, somebody needed to hear that. We're gonna pull these one of these archetype cards by Carolyn Miss. I love this deck. The card that came out, we have two cards that came out. First, we have the Fool and the Gambler. The Fool, and this is interesting because yesterday we had gotten like the Child card. Sometimes I like put like childlike energy and the Fool together, but it says the light attributes because it'll show like a light and a dark attribute, and he's got this kind of mask on. Maybe you resonate with being a highly masking neurodivergent person. Don't we all? Anyway, light attributes, most of the spiritual people do resonate with that. I think there's a correlation. Light attributes, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy, which is kind of like what I was saying, where you look at the emotions and you're kind of like, that was a little dramatic. It's not laughing at, but it's kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. The shadow attributes, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your inner truth. So maybe you're somebody that has gotten stuck in that. I've definitely been the person that uses the humor to avoid things. Like super funny, but sometimes that's not the healthiest thing. But I do like fearlessly revealing emotion. And there's times where we need to be emotional. I was telling you, I woke up just crying and I just let myself. And I let myself talk to myself as if there was somebody laying next to me, like consoling me, and there wasn't. But sometimes that's what you need, and sometimes you just need to be that for yourself. And that's amazing. So the next card we have is the Gambler. The shadow attribute, let's just look at the... You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You better count your money when you're sitting at the table. They did a really good remix of that song, The Gambler, and it's Wyclef and Kenny Rogers. Totally go listen to that if you haven't heard it. That song gets me so hype. Okay. So the light attribute, willingness to follow your intuition even when others doubt you. The shadow is relying on luck rather than hard work. So it's important to, I said this in the last video too, you can't just like expect yourself to like manifest everything or like be so in your feminine that like it's all just gonna come to me, like, because yeah, in some ways, but like you also have to move towards things. There has to be that balance of that masculine and feminine. But I really like the willingness to follow the intuition, and how he's literally blindfolded walking into the stars, just kind of like that 8 of Cups with the woman like looking over at the moon is very much resonates. Now I'm gonna pull a card from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, because it's one of my favorite decks, but also today is 5/5, and if you know me, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I use this deck very often. And I'm still finding new cards all the time because I keep getting like the same ones, which is, you know, when you're like in a cycle, you'll get like these same cards over and over. Well, I got this deck on the last 8/8 portal. August? Yeah, in the last like 8/8 portal, I got this deck of cards, and so it definitely feels like I use it almost every day, but it does feel like this is a portal day. So, whenever you are watching this too, it should resonate. Like, it doesn't have to be the day. I feel like if you're 16 minutes in with me right now, you understand. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I would love for you guys to comment, like, and subscribe. I would love to chat with you down there, get to know you a little bit more, and hear more about your story. And yeah, we are on a wonderful, wonderful journey, and it is crazy, it is scary. We are some warriors, because we be going through it, you know? We got this yesterday. Releasing allegiances, letting go of the things that don't serve you, cutting it off. That was what that lady in the 8 of Cups, looking out at the cliff, like not listening to what was behind her, listening to the moon rather than the people. That's why they call me Luna, okay? Beautiful. If you want the breakdown of that card, you can listen to my last video, the very last one before this. But I'm going to go ahead and pull another one because I would like to read one to you guys that I haven't read in a while, or never. But we'll just see what else wants to come out. But that is definitely saying that there is... She's also got like bees all over her, on her body, if you can see. She's got these like gold bangles, which is also making me think of that yellow solar plexus energy. But she's covered in bees, and bees make me think of like hive mentality, like community, because, or it can be hive mentality in an unhealthy way too, of like people following. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, is like hive mentality of like, you know, like people picking sides and things like that. It's like you're not listening to the BS of like the mainstream, like everybody being pitted against each other, because you are talking to the moon and you understand the fact that everything is so interconnected, and that you staying out of the drama, which is that balance of the cups, of the Ace of Cups, that understanding of that emotional energy. Like, you have your ideas of what's right and wrong, but you don't need to go and try to push that on other people and stuff, because you can walk the walk, and people will choose to walk with you if they agree with what you do. And if they don't agree with what you do, then they're not for you anyway. And so that's kind of, you know, I was talking about community. My phone had that storage thing pop up, so I got a little off track. But as I was saying, with the bees, I was talking about that negativity of like hive mentality, of people just kind of going with whatever they hear. You know, I won't even get into it, because let me just swish my cup, little Miss Ace of Cups, swish it in a circle and look into it, and I'll see what I need to see in the water, okay? I don't need to talk about it. But the other side of that, I was also saying, is bees make you think of community in a very positive way. And so as you let go of the things and you listen to your truth and your spirit, you're going to find more people that align and resonate with that. If you were brought here to my channel and you were all the way this far into this video, you are also finding community and like-minded people who understand things the way that you do. That's why you attracted this, right? And I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of your experience in any type of way that I can. The last card, it's 27. 27 is a big number for me. I've been seeing a lot of 27s lately too, but this card is about receiving. This is a freaking moon. This is a freaking moon. I know it's not. She's like, it's like steamy, like she's like eating something, but that looks like a moon to me. You can't tell me otherwise. Yeah, you can't tell me otherwise. Let's read this card and then we're gonna be all done, you guys. This is a really long video, but I really appreciate you being here for it. If you resonate with this, my heart goes out to you because you are a strong one. You are so loved. Your every need is witnessed and responded by the universe. Aw, this is making me think of how I was telling you, like, I was consoling myself. I felt like somebody else was, like, consoling me. Like, there's moments where you can be so alone, and you're not alone. Alone means all one. Anyway. However, you sometimes forget this. You become swept up in the momentum of habitual consciousness, and you forget to take a moment to stop, breathe, and be. In that moment, you can receive the love of the universe that is receiving you. It will nourish you with contentment and energy. You've done this enough, so your soul is becoming parched and is drying out. Energy has been going out of you, but there is not enough coming back in. It is time to bring something back in for you, to receive and be received. You're being offered a chance for restoration now, to feel nourished, cared for, and loved. Accept it. You deserve it. Why am I crying? The healing process below will help you surrender any guilt or shame you feel for having needs in the first place. It will also help you overcome any struggle that you've been receiving and accepting so that your needs can be met. Do you know how much joy the universe gains from being able to give to you? When you delight in what you receive, when you openly embrace a gift and are so happy with it, the universe is fully received by you. In this space, there is joyful communion between you and life. Energy flows more freely and magic happens. When you demur, what is that word? Demur? When you demur, D-E-M-U-R. I don't know that song. What? My brain is... When you demur, saying you cannot accept, that is too great a gift, or that you're not worthy, you are impeding that flow. Ugh, this is hard. You're inhibiting the communion, the connection, and the playful interaction between you and the universe. Enough with the false modesty and guilt. You're a radiant sun in human clothing. Ooh, the picture of the woman with the Ace of Cups, she looked like a sun. An exquisite life experience is your birthright, so enjoy it, soak it up, all of it, including the restoration of sacred rest. Ugh, please give me rest. From that place of nourishment, you will be more effortlessly creative, live and love with greater energy and thriving, pulsing in passion. The earth rests each night so that it can greet the sun again each morning with the spectacular living art of sunrise. Allow yourself to switch off, step away, close the laptop, switch off the phone, and just be with yourself for a little while. You will return and be more efficient and effective. Rest now, play now, and work later. Forget your worries for a while, switch off, do something else, let it all go, and it will all flow. Say aloud, I release all false guilt and shame about having needs and all false beliefs about rest being wasteful or unnecessary. I accept healthy, productive, sacred rest and the gifts of happiness that it brings. I understand that rest and activity balance and feed each other and nourish each other. There is sacred healing that happens through rest, which is very powerful. I accept and receive this now through unconditional love. This is now so. Beautiful, beautiful. Don't we all... Releasing allegiance, I was also talking about like the hive mind, like to like the mentality of working so hard, that hustle culture. Y'all, I'm from Houston, I'm from Hustle Town, okay? Like it is such a, it just like is everywhere, and it's really hard to not get sucked into that, but it is so important to allow yourself rest. Even this weekend is like I now have like a full-time job, and like on my one weekend off, I stayed up the whole night and decided to go work, like, and like vend an event, and like just so exhausted. It's like no wonder you're not like in a place of having like overflow, because you're not helping yourself feel that internally, and like everything happens like inside first, you know. Anyway, I appreciate you guys so much for being here, for listening to this video, especially if you made it all the way through. My love, I wish you so much nourishment. I do. I wish you so much nourishment, so much love and rest, and I hope that you are just able to hold yourself and feel the love of so much more than just yourself, because that is one of the most beautiful connections that we can have with this world, and it literally starts with you. It starts with you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I wish you so much luck on your journey. I really hope you do want to stick around, like and subscribe. I would be so happy to have you in this space. I wish you the best. Much love and many blessings. Bye for now.